for Hollywood. Guess who's back? Back again. Stan is back. Tell a friend. Hi, I'm Stan the Movie Man. And yes, I am back. It has been a long time. But I am here with a review of the movie Bottoms. It stars Rachel Sennott, who also is one of the producers and writers, Ayo Edebiri, Ruby Cruz, Havana Rose Liu, Kaya Gerber, and many more. It is a story of two young ladies named PJ and Josie, who are played by Rachel Sennott and Ayo Edebiri, who are in high school. They are lesbians, they are virgins, and their plan, or at least PJ's plan, is to lose their virginity in their this year of high school. They aren't popular. They are at the bottom of the social ladder, if you will, hence the name. And they don't know. PJ is overwhelmingly certain that she knows exactly what to do. Her confidence is off the scale, and it isn't deserved. Meanwhile, Josie just feels like she's gonna take what happens, doesn't matter, and she doesn't really think that any of PJ's schemes are actually going to get them successfully de-virginized. They have a small number of not terribly close friends. That includes one of them is Hazel Callahan, played by Ruby Cruz. Now, there is an incident at a fair where Josie may or may not have injured the high school quarterback, Jeff, played by Nicholas Galitzine. And turns out he's play acting for sympathy and to get his girlfriend back, who is Isabel, played by Havana Rose Liu, because he is constantly flirting and, as it turns out, having physical affairs with other women. And so it appears that Josie has injured him with her car, but she didn't really. Complicating things is that Josie has a crush on Isabel. Meanwhile, PJ has a crush on Brittany, played by Kaya Gerber. And they develop this plan in an effort to get out of trouble, because they get called into the principal's office. And out of nowhere, PJ tells the principal that they are going to start a club to empower women. It is a fight club for girls to teach them how to defend themselves. Josie, not a big fan of this idea, but PJ, because of her just not letting anything get in her way, bowls over any opposition. And they get one of their teachers, Mr. G, played by Marshawn Lynch, to help them out and be the faculty advisor for their club. At first, only a few girls from the school show up, and of course, PJ and Josie have no idea what they're doing. But when Isabel and Brittany show up, that puts both PJ and Josie into high gear to try to, at least pretend like they know what they're doing. And they tell the story about them being in juvie the previous year, and how they had to fight for survival against the other kids in juvie, which is a complete and total lie. And then it becomes sort of a football team versus the Fight Club kind of film, because the Fight Club is actually succeeding in making these young women very sure of themselves and proud, and that is taking attention away from the very, very fragile male egos on the football team as they prepare for a big game against a crosstown rival that always seems to lead into some sort of violence. The film is a small budget film. It was made for somewhere in the neighborhood of $11 million, and it has so far been a limited release film. However, if you have an opportunity to find it in your town, let me suggest you go see it, because it is consistently funny. It is crude by any measure. It is also a film about queer women who are trying to find their place in the world. And as it turns out, it's also a film about, just girls, high school girls, and high school students in general trying to find their way in the world. And while it is crude, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who are on a certain side of the political spectrum who will tell you that this is a terrible movie with bad morals and is leading to the utter corruption of our youth, I have to respectfully disagree. Do things happen in it that I hope would never happen to a child of mine that is expressing some concern about their sexual identity? Of course, I would hope that they would have somebody to talk to, namely a parent, about what they're going through. But these girls, at least in the film, appear to be largely on their own. Either their parents are checked out or they're just not there at all. We never see PJ and Josie's parents. But the film is very funny and very sweet, while still at the same time being very salty. So I would suggest that if you can find it in your town, that you go see Bottoms in the theater. And if it never shows up in your town, it will soon be in video on demand, and I suggest you rent it there. I'm giving Bottoms 5 stars. Go to StanTheMovieMan.com to read my complete review of Bottoms. Yeah, I'm going to try to get back into a more regular habit of posting reviews there. And also, if you would do me the great favor of checking out the podcast I do with my wife. It's called Comedy, Tragedy, Marriage, where each week we take turns selecting a movie, TV show, or documentary to watch. We watch it together, then we sit down and discuss it together, and then share that discussion with you about why we liked it, loved it, or loathed it. You can find that on Spotify or wherever you get podcasts. So, until next time, Stan the Movie Man. Later.